Chapter 9, The Parathi Dragon. Hail, Moth! We are heading to the Parathi Isles! Make haste, my blue-haired son! Drust had caught the League unawares, forcing them to flee to Parathi. But the Kingdom of Parathi seldom made contact with the outside world, and their king, Manu, was wroth when he had heard the League's unexpected visit. There were whispers Manu was a Dragon King, who would soon prove true. Just not wasting any time hidden or subtlety right there, just going right in with that. Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Replay Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. It's been a while. So, actually, I recorded this map before, a few days ago, and this and Chapter 10, but that turned out to be a hot mess. Like, it wasn't super bad or anything, but my commentary was just not up to scratch, I thought. I just didn't really feel like it was working out for me. I was kind of all over the place, scatterbrained, just trying to think of topics to talk about, and it was a mess. It wasn't very pretty at all. So yeah, I'm just doing this again with my hopefully with a better mindset and more, with more to be able to talk about right now. So anyway, as you just saw, I just reclassed Caesar to that of Dark Mage, because he's actually not so bad as a Dark Mage. Like people can get some mileage out of him as one. It's kind of weird. You don't really think that would work out for someone like him, but it's okay. It does some decent. He works decently. He gets some magic out of it and some bulk. Like, he's not Merrick or anything, but he works. And, of course, I'm gonna have to, rekindle the love for, Wolf's, Crisis, so we're gonna do that real quick. First, I'm gonna buy him a lance, or a sword. Here's one. That's a lance, that's the next map. He's gonna have a lance for the next map. So yeah, we will now continue the traditional joke that we've been going strong for Mel's sake. 1, 2, 3. That's good. What's with the long face, Wolf? Please don't cry. I'm sure everything will be okay. And while we're here, I'm gonna get Merrick another Fire Tome. Probably one for Caesar as well. We'll do that. And one for Lena as well, I think. We should do that. No, she has one already. Never mind. Now I remember what I was... I also forgot to reclass Lena back into a mage for this map. Because I was just like all over the place trying to figure out what to do with what in my commentary, and yeah, I've said this already, but yeah, now now that we're here. By the way, happy Halloween! Just thought I'd casually bring that up. It's Halloween as I record this. 2:11 p.m. right now, so yeah, it's almost high time for the kids to start coming out. Their time along the birth is soon. You need a steel sword, so let's give you 1 Jules. There you go. Mathis is also about to get one. He should soon. And I think that's just about it for the items. Yeah, I think that's about right. Anyway, the map. This map is not so bad. It's pretty much just an open set of islands with some barriers to stop you from going from this way through there, and just you either go through the locked door over here with a thief, or you go around. There's a thief right here, and he's going to do one of two things: either go for this village right here, or double back and go for this door here to get this chest. Provided you don't. And if he has time, maybe he'll get there, but you should probably beat him to the punch way sooner than he can. So it's no issue. So the enemies here are nothing. They're just nothing. There's pirates. This guy is a devil axe. He's probably the most annoying dude here, because then he just gets tagged. And then some other pirates just start tag teaming you. If you go along this side, so this guy can chip you down, and then the other steel axe guy will finish you off. And that sucks. That's bad. That's bad news bears. This section here is not so difficult. It's just a big set of offense, but nothing you can't really handle. There's a healer there for posterity. And the boss here is Manu. And yeah, as the narration says, he is indeed a man to keep, bonuses and all. He's so going down. So, first order business is I'm going to warp Marth to the village ASAP, so I'm just gonna have him hustle. And I'm gonna have Julian open the door so that the rest can follow suit and just like swoosh on in and dogpile everything. Just need to make sure everything's set in order and make sure that, yeah, Caesar needs to be up in front because he's level 3 and he's like way behind the curve. Yeah, you can see that I've already I tried the recording, but yeah, I'm doing this again. Let's do that again. He's so rude. Employing Scorched Earth? No, that's not very kingly, is it? So yeah, first thing out the door is we're gonna do this. Warp Marth all the way over here. Warth Marth? What are you doing? What are you doing, English? Nice. 6 skill. And we're gonna visit this village and get this magnificent, handsome young man. This is George! He's a sniper. And he was captured. Rip. Aha, George! Using that noggin. Using that old knocker. This silver bow. See, here's George. He's a sniper. As you could probably have tell from just being a class change pre-promoted unit in FE1. Yeah, his bases don't look all that impressive, but they work for normal mode. As you can see, 12 base speed, B rank bows, starts with a silver bow. Silver bow is pretty strong, and he already has that +2 attack going for him, or +1, I think. It's good. It works out for him. He's got some decent enough bros. He's a good passable bow user, and he's definitely better than the archer you've got at this point. I can tell you that for free. I mean, okay, Norn is climbing up, but that's because she's been getting good levels, and she's climbing up. But yeah, at least George has 2 things over most of the bow users, and you don't even need to raise an archer anymore because you can just get away with using a sniper because they have really good bases to offset the fact that they're a bowman. It's junk. Also, he's a sniper. Snipers get a 5% hit bonus and crit bonus in this game. I actually completely forgot to mention that last time. You can tell I was just not all there. I completely forgot to mention that specific bonus that they had. So I'm gonna have Jake can do that. He's going to draw ire from the hunter, but he should be okay. At least I hope he'll be okay. And not much else to say for this opening turn, is just trying to wash out the opening gambit. So one thing that definitely did happen in the previous recording is that I ended up getting a lot of critical hits, especially on the second hit. I have no idea how I got that lucky, but it was kind of funny. Oh, look at that, he missed. Now the hunter won't even have to attack him. Works for me. So as you can see, that thief in there. There's another one down here that's going to go for that chest as well. So we'll have to do something about that too. In fact, I will. But first, I completely also forgot to visit this house. You can tell I was all here if I forgot to visit a house of all things. Yeah, she's telling you about, yeah, that's right there. this chest has the Worm Slayer, which is all fine and dandy. So yeah, let's go get it. So now that I think we've caught up to scratch on what's what, let's talk about the thing that actually got me distracted enough to warrant a redo of this commentary for this and the next chapter, because I was talking about gachas. You know, not gashapon. That's an entirely different topic altogether. You know, mobile games. You know, like Fire Emblem Heroes. That ever so lovely game that props up on some people's breaths, namely Mel's, and she complains every now and then. Rightfully so, as she should, because it's kind of jank. So, if you definitely should have noticed by now, but yeah, I stopped doing recordings of Fire Emblem Heroes for a while because it got boring. Just no two ways about it. I just got bored with it for a while. When the second seasonal banner that hit after the one featuring the Awakening characters, you know, Tiki, Female Robin, Gaius, and Frederick, another set showing up with the Norian characters, I was so bored at that point, with no other things to really get me going, just more fan service. I was like, I'm done. But yeah, I recently started playing it again because the Choose Your Legend event happened. Ouch. Yeah, that pirate is nuts, as you can see. So the Choose Your Legend banner dropped, and Nintendo decided to pull off a actually very smart move for as far as the gacha concerned. An Isobullion M, that's 15,000 scratch for selling. So Nintendo and Dina, in their actual infinite wisdom, decided to actually do something cool with this event, since it was a big event everyone choosing their favorite characters, and the top 4, Ike, Roy, Lynn, and Lucina, for male and female sides, they got their own special artwork and units, then you could roll for them. But, to help sweeten the deal, you were allowed to get one of the 4 for free. No strings attached, for free. They are right out of the box you can use with neutral, Boon, and Bane. It was really good. That was a smart decision. And, even better, unlike other seasonal characters, which are temporary, the Brave Heroes are actually permanently part of the pool now, that you can pull as 5 stars, which is really sweet. That's good. That's good! So, we got Brave Ike there. He's drawn by Senrikita, one of my favorite artists, the artist for FE9 and 10. He's in Grail's duds, sporting the Irvin. He looks immaculate. He's like this perfect bronzed man, birthed from the ether, meant just for me. And that was enough to get me back in right there. But the other banner was also happening at the same time, that when I actually legit started playing, that I wanted to get a character from that too. And it was from a temporary seasonal banner of all things. So, surprise, I actually thought this seasonal banner was going on was really good. It was the Performing Arts banner, which featured nothing but refresher units. And they had alternate arts for Azura, Inigo, Shigure, and Olivia, and they had different arts for that too. I particularly liked Olivia's, because she had a really cool design going on. Her artwork was actually much better than the one she has currently going on in Heroes, in my opinion. And she uses fans for combat. She's a dagger user, and I thought that was super dope. So yeah, I wanted that, and I thought that was really cool for a seasonal that with good characters like that. That was dope. And thankfully, I did manage to get Performing Arts Olivia in the end, with about like a week left before the banner ended. And I just about exhausted all my possibilities to gain orbs, so I was sweating a bit there. Before that banner hit, once the Norian Summer banner ended, actual banners just started coming back up, featuring characters I actually liked, and from one game to the next. Getting some FE8 representation, some more FE9, and recently FE4, and it was like I came back at a really good time after not playing the game for a full couple months. FE8 was first out the gate, and we had 3 characters that I really liked, NS, Tana, and Seth, and Amelia. And yeah, La Rochelle just like Amelia took her spot, and she happens to be in armor with her absurdly high BST and some questionable art. Just to further twist the knife, I guess. Also, just as an aside, the sniper animation in this game, smooth as silk. I just love how it looks, the design's good, the crit spin, it's nice, got some that fluidity of motion. It's good, I love it. Then the FE9 banner happened, and we got some more characters that I like Alicia, Oscar, and... But then suddenly the Black Knight is also there, and as a Tempest Trial reward. Yeah, the Tempest Trials were kind of pretty grindy messes for a while, but until recently when they started realizing, oh hey, maybe we should cut back on the grinding and actually make this possible for some people who aren't just casually slaving away at this game. Do you know how much people actually slave away at this game? It's kind of nuts. But yeah, here's the Black Knight is showing up as a 5-star that you can potentially get for free just by going through that Tempest Trial with a distant counter weapon and really good stats for an Armor Knight. It's nuts. Pretty much all of the other units that showed up for those banners turned out to be pretty good, except for Seth, who turned out to be a silly gem weapon user, and completely unlike his godly visage that he is in his home game. It was rather bad. I gotta break into the cry. What am I doing? Don't pick the fire. That's enough for another time. Well, we actually can afford to use another sorcerer. And then finally, I came just in time for the FE4 banner to come in, which at the time of this recording has just passed like a couple of days ago. And that's when the fun really started. Speaking of fun starting, you notice that there are forts are on the bottom and the edges of this map. Pirate's gonna come out, but only if you don't kill Manu after a certain amount of time. Speaking of which, we're gonna make a save right here. Pretend that little recording never happened. Let's see if we can actually get some experience out of this right now, because we didn't get that before. So yeah, FE4 banner happened. It was Sigurd, Deirdre, and Telchu. That got me super hype. I was like, okay, I came back at a very good time. And it worked out for me, especially because I ended up getting both Performing Arts Olivia and Telchu. I did have to spend a little bit just to make sure I got Telchu, but it was worth it. The FE4 cast that showed up for this banner, I felt was represented very well, but Telchu? Oh, they knocked her out of the park, man. Like, oh, they got me good. Right here in the feels. I really like Telchu's artwork, even if for like the base art, she's got that this kind of going on over her eyes, kind of looking like dead-eyed there. Heather Watson did her voice. A voice actress I thought I'd never hear again, considering that she's been rather low-key for a while, and only really doing like a couple of roles that I knew off the top of my hand, and she was really good at Telchu. I was actually legitimately impressed. And she was a good, fast blue mage with the Blarblade tome, and I needed one of those real bad, so I was just a little more than ecstatic, you could probably say. Anyway, something else happened with the FE4 banner that got people in a bit of a huff, and you know exactly what I'm talking about if you've been around the FE Heroes community for the past 2 weeks. You know, that event featuring that certain raven-haired sword lady from Isaac. You know, the one. Oh, there are the reinforcements. Now it's a party. See, with the previous recording, I killed Manu too soon, so none of these guys actually spawned. And I was like, when's Marvel? What's the party going on? Anyway. So, Ira, while she herself wasn't announced for the FE4 banner, she did appear as a slight cameo there. Her map sprite was seen in the video that showcased the other 3 characters. So, naturally, people figured that she would either be a free Tempest Trial reward or a Grand Hero Battle reward. Considering Ira's nature in her host game, that makes sense. But nope! Turns out she was neither. The Grand Hero Battle? Arvis turned out to be the unit you get there. He's a pretty decent one, too. The Tempest Trial reward? Arden, the Armor Knight, the strong and tough, I'm slow, memey Armor Knight. Ira? She was put on a second, separate banner, hyping up the next Tempest Trial without warning. And she's a focus alongside both Eldigan and Lachesis. Eldegan also being a red sword user, just like Ira, meaning you have half the chance to roll Ira just for funsies and to rub salt on the wound there. People got mad. This Tempest trial didn't even go out of its way to cater to fans of, or players who have Seliph or Yulia, the two other FE4 characters that were released long before this banner. Seliph only gets mentioned as part of the opening scroll for this Tempest trial, and Yulia is the boss. That's it. They're not even featured as focus units for or bonus units for this Tempest trial. And going back to Ira for a minute, Ira herself, to make matters even worse, she turned out to be a very strong red sword unit, like one of the strongest you can get ever without the need to put in distant counter. Her kit is just super strong. Like, all of the FE4 characters released in this banner, sans Telchu, all have a unique skill or something related to them that cannot be inherited, or just special treats. Like, Sigurd and Deirdre have special versions of the Tearfing and the Naga spell that Seliph and Yulia would kill to have, that have unique special effects. Sigurd has a skill that cannot be inherited, so does Arden and Arvis. They both have special skills that can't be inherited. And Ira, she has both a weapon that can't be inherited and a skill that can't be inherited. Her weapon is really strong, gives her extra strength and speed with a speed check, and she has a special attacking version of Astra that goes off her speed, which also can't be inherited. People were pissed. But I was just laughing the whole way through. I didn't even want Ira, I got what I wanted out of this, going back to playing Heroes. I just sat on a fence and watched the world burn. But it was pretty evident that people were upset. And yeah, this was a pretty obvious jebaited, aha, we gotcha. And you'd think that Intelligence Systems and Dina would know better, since it was perceived for a while that FE Heroes would not stoop to this level of, I almost want to say debauchery, but it's not that severe, but it's kind of underhandedness. But nah, they did that. They did that little underhanded tactic, bait and switch, after most people spent money in orbs trying to roll for the other FE4 characters, only to get jebaited for this one. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It certainly wasn't pretty. That's old news by now. I'm just about done with this map. So yeah, there was more for me to talk about, but like I finished the map too fast and it ended up bleeding into the next map. But I didn't have much to talk about for the next map, so the next map's commentary especially suffered for it. But I have more of a sense of what to talk about then, so we're just gonna do this for one map and that'll be that. So yeah, let's hurry up and get this over with. There are just 2 fighters left now. Let's visit upon him some Augm action. Satisfaction. Augm action, satisfaction. He needs the defense real bad. And that's that. That's the map. Alright, so I want to use George. I like George. He was actually one of my premier archers for a while before I actually got finally I rolled a second Rebecca in Heroes, who turned out to be plus speed. Fucking, I share that sentiment with Mel, by the way, that boons and banes for your rolls for characters is a stupid mechanic that needs to go. Really stupid, but that's not neither here nor there. And I know Zim, I don't know if he watches these videos. He also really likes George. I don't know if I'll be able to use him since I already have characters too much rotating in and out. And the characters you see on the thumbnail are the characters I'm pretty much guaranteed to use. B-ranks. B-rank staff, that's good. I should probably go over to see if that armory so we can get anything from that before this map's over. So yeah, this recording was a little bit better. I still tripped over some things, but hey, that's me talking. That's just a general thing that happens with me. I always trip over stuff. But hey, at least I actually managed to showcase the reinforcements off once, and did not perform the cardinal sin of not having Merrick kill the boss, because that's what happened last time. I had Jagan kill the boss, and I was like, I've made a grievous mistake. which needs to be rectified immediately. So yeah, Barrick is once again the true boss killer, so I'm gonna buy one of every weapon here. Get that Worm Slayer, and we're out of here. Give me some sugar there, Julian. So here's the Worm Slayer. It's effective against dragons, all forms. These two, but especially the kind that you want to throw on against Manicheets. It's not always going to be the magic that's going to save the day, because there are some variants of Manicheets that are immune to magic. Spoilers, but more often than not, then you just throw something strong and they'll crumble. A high-level Manicheet. That's that. Hail friends, this is Katrea. Katrea's cool. She's part of the White Wings. Minerva's a merry band of triplets. We saw them before. Here she's basically saying, hey Marth, by the way, our Minerva, she's a cool lady, and her sister, they got her under lock and key. Could you go rescue her? It'd mean a great deal to all of us. Okay, thanks. So yeah, we're gonna do that lady a solid, because Katrea's nice and Minerva's great.